I just had to touch on this topic, man. I see this topic a lot. And I feel like some of it is female manipulation, trying to throw their weight around and get advantage on men, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's just some women who don't understand what men mean when they say this. It's a little bit of both. You do have some female players that are just trying to basically tell you that you're not a man if you don't take care of her. Then you have some women who don't understand what men mean when they say this. Now, I can't speak for all men, but I'm going to say for the most part, when a man means 50-50, for the most part, what he's trying to say is he wants a woman to bring something into the relationship. He doesn't just want a woman to want him to take care of him. The man might be cool with, he might make a lot of money, and he might be cool if she works at McDonald's. But the fact of the matter is, he just wants a woman that is actually trying to do something with her life, you know, add to the relationship. Not only that, man, when two people, let's just say two people are working and there's more income, right? What happens, what if eventually these two people end up starting their own business? That would be almost impossible if a woman was just living back off of a man. Not only that, sometimes men want to make sure that a woman actually likes him for him instead of just there for the ride. And I feel like if women feel like if a man asks a woman to bring something to the table, he's a punk and all this and all that, he's not a man, then how are you a woman? Because a real woman wants to try to help a man help the relationship. A real woman is not just sitting back, just letting a man do everything. It's usually the opposite. When you are a man that lets a woman just go along for the free ride and you basically her slave, yeah, then you are the pussy. See, they flipped it. What they did was flip it. They know who the real pussies are, but they try to flip it on people to try to get bags out of people. This is what they doing. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, most men, I know for me personally, I just feel like a woman should try to get her own for herself. You know, I just like the fact that a woman tries to get her own and she's not just dependent on somebody. It ain't even about her money. I could really care less, you know what I mean? But a lot of men that are expecting this 50-50 must understand this, though, when it comes to a woman, right? You can't expect her to try to do 50-50 and then come home and do everything for you and you just sit down and watch a football game. You know what I mean? That's not cool. Some people are okay with their woman being a housewife and all that. That's fine. I'm really not talking about those type of people. You know what I mean? That is what they do, if that's what they want to do, right? But I still feel like a woman is going to want to contribute somehow. Just like it's no different than a man just sitting around letting a woman just take care of him. If that man really loves that woman, no way a man's just going to be okay with just sitting around and letting a woman do everything. It's not going to happen because that man cares about that person. So you got to ask yourself, if a woman is okay with a man just doing everything and she ain't got to do nothing, does that sound like a woman that really care about you? Not to me. Not to me. I don't give a fuck if she works at McDonald's. Hey, at least she's trying. At least she does something, right? I get it if a woman just had a kid and she wants to be there for the kid in the early stages and it costs too much for daycare and all that, so she might as well stay home or whatever. Or a job that she worked don't really pay, only pay enough to pay daycare. What's the point, right? She might as well just stay home, right? But it's a misunderstanding, I really feel, man, because a lot of people, y'all not understanding why men are saying this or what most men mean by this. I don't think men are sitting back and saying, yeah, I'm going to count every fucking thing and you got to pay half. And no, I think when men say 50-50, they just want a woman to add to the relationship. They want a woman to bring something. Sometimes a man wants you to buy him something. What's wrong with that? Plus, we can have more in life if you work too. Even if you worked at McDonald's, it's still more. It's still more than just a man's salary. Sometimes you have men who work businesses, and this is the key. Sometimes you have men who have a business, right? And if you are a man with a business and you got a woman saying you're a punk if you ask for 50-50, if that woman really loved you or whatever, cared about you, she would try to help you with that business. Even if you put her on a payroll or not, it wouldn't matter. I don't know any woman that loves a man, that really is really down for the relationship and a man, that is going to sit back and watch a man run a business and she not try to put some type of help into it. Doesn't make sense. She just going to sit at home and do nothing? I doubt it. Usually women got their hands in it somehow. Let me make flyers or something. It's just the truth, man. You just got a lot of women out here who just want to be taken care of, and that really ain't even what a woman is about, to be honest. You know what I mean? Unless y'all have that agreement that she wants to be the stay-home person, and you're okay with that. But I'm mainly talking about women who are trying to just use men as tools, and that's why they feel like a man is supposed to take care of everything while she goes to work and saves up everything, and he pays for everything. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. So if that's the thing, men are like, hey, if you working, you want to work, you want to be independent too and go to work, but you want me to pay all the bills, that don't even add up. I might as well just live on my own and stay in my own house. For real, man. $50-50 ain't all about money either. That's another thing people don't get. They immediately associate 50-50 with money, as if there's not other things that go on in a relationship than just money. It's way more than that. That's y'all problem right there. Y'all think it's all about money. When I say y'all, I'm talking about anybody. But again, like I said before I go, man, men who want this 50-50 type of relationship, you got to understand that you can't expect so much after a woman comes home from work. You're going to have to do 50-50 when she comes home. You want 50-50 in the work environment, you're going to have to give 50-50 when she come home. You're going to have to, maybe she cook, you do the dishes or something. You can't just expect her to cook, do the dishes, everything, and I want you to go to work too. That's bullshit. I disagree with that. That sounds like a woman who is saying that she wants a man to take care of everything. That's wrong, man. I don't care, man. Any woman who says not, she really don't care about men. There's no way that a woman that cares about a man is saying that a man just should take care of every fucking thing and do everything. That's bullshit, man. Not buying it, you know. And if a man buy it, he's stupid. You are a pussy if you do that. That's what they not telling you. You are a pussy if you agree with taking care of a woman, man. And I'm not saying hold down a woman. She's in a hard time. And that's another thing. That's another reason why it's important for a woman to be out trying to get her own, because what happens if that man hits hard times? Who's going to hold down what then? What happens if you have a kid by a woman and y'all break up? Who's going to take care of your kid? If you're dealing with a woman who says that a man's supposed to take care of her and she ain't supposed to take care of herself. Who's going to take care of your kid if y'all break up? I mean, of course, you're supposed to too. But on her end, when you're not around, who takes care of the kid? See, it's a problem, man. That's all I'm saying, man. No excuse for women not to be wanting to be adults. Just like there's no excuse for men. But I know as a man, for the most part, when we say 50-50, we're not necessarily talking about, hey, I'm going to count all the bills and this and that. You know, I don't think so. I think what we are saying is we want a woman that is actually going to try to help build the relationship. It don't matter if I put in more or not. The fact of the matter is she's trying. That's what I judge a woman on, and I believe that's what most men judge women on, because most men want to be the breadwinners and the providers, and that's pretty much in our nature. So if a woman can't accept the fact that a man wants to do most of the shit, but he just wants a little bit of help to ease his load and shit, then fuck her. That's just how I feel, because you just in it for you. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for it. I'm willing to do 75 and you can't put in 25? What am I with you for then? Why would a man be with a woman if she's not going to do nothing? Same thing, vice versa. Why? Might as well just go ahead and be single and talk to whoever I want, right? It don't make no sense. That's like having a kid. And it's also like having a kid. If a man says he wants a woman to work and help with the bills, but then come home and he does nothing and she does everything. Now the man's been the kid. Now the man now he is a pussy. Because that's what a pussy would do. I'm gonna make you pay the bills and I'm gonna make you do everything when you get home too. While I sit on the couch and play football. To me, that's pussy shit. It goes both ways, y'all. You're supposed to be able to try to help each other out. And all this calculation shit, this is why relationships don't work. Everybody calculating shit. Oh, I'm gonna count what you did and this and that. Man, you ain't even supposed to be thinking about what you do for each other. It's supposed to be natural. Like, I'm gonna do this because I want to do this. I ain't worried about what he did. People need to be so worried about pleasing each other that they don't see, they don't focus so much on what the other person is not doing for them. That's the problem a lot of times. People are worried so much about what the other person does instead of what they are doing, and they become unhappy. But if they was more focused on what they want to do for the relationship and the person they're with, they wouldn't even notice so much of what that other person's not doing for them, because both people are trying to do for each other. But you know that's just a fantasy. This shit don't exist no more for the most part. We know this because motherfuckers is too selfish, right? So I'm gonna let y'all go with that, man. You know, I just want women to understand what men really mean, most of us anyway, when we say this, and don't listen to the women who are trying to be players and deceivers and selfish, you know, because they gonna convince y'all that men are just, you know, they're not real men because they want a woman to be a real woman. You know what I mean? Some women might say, okay. Some women might say, okay, well, then I'll just go get a nigga with a lot of money that don't need no money from me to get a bag and this and bag. Jay-Z get a bag, but guess what? Jay-Z still want a Beyonce. He still want a woman. Matter of fact, a woman is a mirror of who you are. If you're a man that's out getting money and trying to make moves in life and all this and all that, you're going to want a woman with the same shit. Because that woman might ultimately help you in certain areas. Same vice versa. Why would a woman that's out getting her money and shit want a broke man that's not ambitious and what can he do? But a man that's getting a bag too, hey, that man might actually help catapult that woman's career. You never know. This is what I'm talking about. People don't get it. It's deeper than just money. It's deeper than just calculating shit. Straight up, man. It's okay, man. It's okay to contribute as a woman in a relationship. I promise you. I promise y'all, speaking from a man, if you contribute in a relationship, I really highly feel a man that is on his shit, that gets his own, is not demanding you to just, you got to bring everything I bring. Men are by nature wanting to be providers. Nah, they just want to see that you are doing something too. That's all. That's all they want. They just want a little bit, 25%. And we ain't talking about just money, just 25% of the relationship. That's all men want. If a woman can't do that, then she don't deserve a man. If you can't give 25%, you don't deserve a man. And I know there's a lot of females out there that want 100%. They don't want to give nothing. And they fucking it up for the women who aren't like that, man. So men are looking like, man, ain't no point in getting married. Ain't no point in fucking with no woman. Look at this shit. They basically treating us like slaves. And I'm telling y'all women right now, if y'all don't start putting a check, you see women putting these women in check with their videos every now and then. Y'all gonna have to start doing more of this. Because you know, just like I start putting men, talking about men, how they sleeping around too much and need to start thinking with their mind instead of their dick and shit. That's what y'all gonna have to start doing with these women, man, because they fucking it up for y'all good women, man. They making it to the point that men are just like, you know what, man, this is all women, man. It is what it is. How the fuck you get called a pussy because you want a real woman? Because you want a woman that can take care of your kid if y'all have kids together. Or she already got a kid. Matter of fact, if a woman already got a kid, right? She's single, she already got a kid. I would hope to God that she's out getting her own money. How am I going to have a kid with you if you ain't even take care of your own kid? You're worried about a man providing for you and all this. This is a big problem. It's a big problem. Think about it. So understand what men mean when they say this. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if a woman works at McDonald's. I don't. Because you know what? That woman's trying, man. You never know what that woman's going to be. Who would have thought the dishwasher would grow into Oprah? That woman is trying. That's all that matters to me. It's really, and I know most men feel the same way. It's not about the money with us. It's about the effort. It's about the woman trying to contribute and help the man. And the man help, because the man trying to help the woman, right? The man just wants to know that that woman's there for him too, not just there for the opportunity, basically. To make that man feel like a fucking ATM instead of a king. Men want to feel like kings. I want you to feel like a queen. I want you to make me feel like a king, not a fucking ATM. It's no different than women who are giving men pity sex versus a woman who's ready to choke and gag on your shit and all this other shit. She actually wants to fuck you. This is a whole different thing. And this is why I tell men about sleeping around. A lot of these women when you are a man that's able to sleep around with a lot of women, a lot of that sex is just, what do you call it? Transactional sex. It's not real sex. She not fucking you because she really want to. She doing it because you got money or you popping bottles or she high and drunk or some other dumb shit. Not because she care about you. Big difference. So I'm gonna leave that shit alone, man. Women, do not get deceived by these other females, man. Don't let them do it to y'all, man. Them are gonna be the women that are not gonna have a husband in the end. And even if they do get a husband and more than likely plot on him and do him wrong, karma's still coming. Don't do that. Stay on God's good graces, man, and understand men. Understand why men are saying the way they are, what they are saying, why they are saying it, and you as it'll be better for you, because once women actually understand and try to understand men, these are the women that men actually want to really marry and all this other shit. This is what real women do. Just like real men try to understand women. It ain't all about man. It ain't all about me. You know what I mean? Why have a relationship if it's all about one or the other person? That's not a relationship. That's a person using somebody. Relationships are about us. This is facts, people. And that's the only way a relationship gonna work. You wanna know why so many of them don't work? People are in it for the wrong reasons, or with the wrong people for the wrong reasons. I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. Women, do not let these women deceive you. Don't let this rap music, the bad bitch talk, don't let that shit deceive you, man. Don't let that shit cost you a good man or a good ring, man. Or even worse, don't let it cost you. This is it. This is the nail in the coffin. Don't let it cost you your full potential as a woman. How would it do that? How would this, I'm gonna depend on a man and he has to bring everything, cost you your full potential as a woman? Because psychologically and mentally, now you're thinking that, hey, all I need is a man and that's how I'm gonna get everything I want in life. Versus a woman who's saying, I'm gonna go out and get mine. I'm gonna go out and do what it takes. I'm gonna go out and be a nurse, etc., and get mine. See, that type of mentality is a whole different mentality, and then that also transitions over to a woman in a relationship. But the woman already has that mentality. So if you got kids, how do you have the mentality that a man pays for everything? A real woman who has kids already is not thinking that way. She's thinking, what can I do for my life? She's not thinking about this man paying this and that. And ultimately, by default, when she deals with a man, she doesn't think that way either, because she's already in the mindset of her dependent on her, not other people. So if as a woman you want to be like a so-called Beyonce and get your money and all that shit, this is the type of mentality you got to have, even when it comes to men. I'm out, man. Hey, do what you do. You want to have that mentality of depend on men, and it's all about men carrying all the weight in a relationship. You're probably gonna be single, and you're not gonna reach your full potential as a woman. So you'll probably be broke at that. Single and broke, and unhappy. I know you don't want that shit. I know women want to be the women that have their own money, and Amanda has his own money, and have a man, and a nice relationship. You gotta do the right thing to do that though. These other women, they got it all wrong, man. And they gonna pay for that shit. Y'all have a great day, man.